Welcome, everybody, to the Houston Oilers franchise. We are almost through the first season with 6 games remaining, and here in this episode, we have a doubleheader facing the Kansas City Chiefs, the world champions, and the Minnesota Vikings. Last episode, we had some focus player scouting that we wanted to look at, and a couple of guys that we really wanted to target this year in the draft are on the defensive end. First is LaMarcus Mills. Now, he is around 1 to 2 talent, or at least projection. He has A finesse moves, B pursuit, A tackling. We still only have 70% of him scouted, so we will have to keep evaluating him, but I really like his athleticism and his ability to get to the passer. Casey Burton is one of the more athletic cornerbacks in this class. The luxury we have with him is that I don't think he's going to be selected in the first round. I think he's going to be probably a late second, early third. So if we want to acquire another second round pick or use our second round pick to go after him, we could do that. I think I'm going to be looking to acquire another second or third round pick to possibly get a couple of these guys. The last guy is Reggie Anderson, who has B-man coverage, and we have revealed a little bit more. He has B to D zone coverage, so hopefully that is going to be a B for sure. I'm not exactly sure, but if both of those guys check out, both having B, man coverage and zone coverage, I think they would be pretty good second-round picks. So hopefully, they end up being as good as advertised. So right now we are 7-4. Looking at the rest of the league, there are some surprise teams. The Panthers are 6-4. The Cardinals are 6-5. So there are some surprise teams, at least in the top half. But at the bottom, the Packers are 1-9. They could be headed for the number 1 pick. The Buccaneers, Texans, Browns, and Dolphins also have 3 wins or less. But we're coming into an episode where we are missing some guys. Laviska Shenault got hurt. We put him on season-ending IR. And then Dorian Thompson-Robinson also has a torn labrum, so he will miss both games today. We have a bye in the middle, but we will actually sit him out for the second game. So we play the Chiefs, then a bye, and then the Vikings. But coming into this matchup versus the Chiefs have the number 1 scoring offense. We have number 2, actually. So our offense really, I wouldn't say is the problem, but we're only putting up these type of numbers because we're always behind and always need to play catch up. Like our defense is ranked 31 in the league in points per game. Like that is absolutely terrible. A big part of that is the pass rush. We just aren't getting sacks, which is why we were looking at LaMarcus Mills in the draft. I think that we just need to add, some new blood rushing the passer, and we could get that in free agency if somebody does come available. One of the guys I targeted at the trade deadline was Chase Young, so if he becomes available, we could definitely trade for him, at least try to. It's going to take a haul, but we could do that. But obviously in the draft, that's available as well. But I want to introduce you to one of the undrafted free agents, Ray Mailoa Jr. Now, he's going to get the start today and possibly the next game as well, just to see if he can generate some pressure. He is a guy that has high finesse moves, but the rest of his skill set needs to develop. But coming into this episode, speaking of pass rush, we have our first defensive scenario to get one of our players to the next level, and it's Tyree Wilson. The thing with Tyree Wilson is that he's just been really inconsistent. He has 2 games with 2 sacks and then has 5 sacks total, but the rest of those games, he was pretty much absent. So here's our goal, to hold them to less than 200 yards. That's not going to happen. So we're going to need to get Tyree Wilson at least 2 tackles for loss, interceptions, or, sacks to get after Patrick Mahomes. But we'll see. That's a tough task. But we are at home. Here we go. Our first of 2 games versus the Chiefs this year. And it's going to be tough down the road. We played them twice. We play the Broncos one more time and the Chargers one more time in the division. We also play the Colts and the Vikings. 22 touchdowns, leads the NFL so far in touchdowns this year for Patrick Mahomes. He also leads the NFL in yards, and he is the front runner for MVP right now. So the first carry of the game is Jerick McKinnon, who finds some space, and that one's a big-time gain into the second level for a gain of 18 yards. They were supposed to be a great passing team, not a great running team, and they already started out with a big run. Isaiah Pacheco checks in. He has space. He breaks the tackle off of Sidney Brown and gets to about the 31. Jayon Brown takes him down, and it's a big first down. 2 big runs to start this game. I guess Kansas City Chief read the scouting report. Teams have been running all over us this year so far. There is Richie James Jr. Patrick Mahomes can throw the ball to anybody, it seems like. And they're inside the 10. Now at the 10, Kelsey line up on the right side. We do have a scenario in this game to stop Kelsey as well. Here's a throw to the end zone. Kadarius Toney can't hang on. That was David Long Jr. with the breakup right there. They'll retry here. They come 5 wide this time. Empty set. Here's a throw to the right side. That's going to be Isaiah Pacheco. He catches it at the 3. Bryce Hall with the stop. Now 3rd and 2. They try to run the football. Pacheco tries to fight in, and he stopped at the 1. It's 4th and 1. Will the Chiefs go for it? No. They elect to be conservative here and trust their defense and probably their offense. They know they're going to put up points. Why leave points on the board, I guess? And they settle for 3. So here comes Case Keenum, who has yet to actually throw an interception here this season. Remember, he's coming off of a week where he was player of the week in the NFL. So 1st and 10 now. Here's a throw out of the backfield. It's Antonio Gibson who picks up a gain of 4. Antonio Gibson leads all players in the NFL in all-purpose yardage as he picks up a 4 now. 2nd and 6. We hurried up to the line. Here's a throw out of the backfield. This is going to be Isaiah Likely, who's getting the start today at tight end. And it will be a 1st down. Actually, not the start, but he will get a couple of, nice appearances there in the first couple formations. Here is Bob Tonyan, who has the catch across the middle. That's a 1st down. He leads all tight ends in receiving yards this year over Travis Kelce. Stretch play to left side. That one will be the first carry of the game. Antonio Gibson goes for a gain of 11. Gibson's looking to retake that rushing title here in this season. Remember, he led the league in rushing through the first 6 games, and then all of a sudden the defense has started to figure him out, and he hasn't had more than one 100-yard game since he first broke that streak. Throw to the right side. Keenum looking for Marvin Mims. That's going to be incomplete. Okay, it's 4th and 3 at the 38. We're going to line up to go for the field goal, and instead we watch it because we talked about this last episode where we're going to actually watch our special teams plays because obviously kicking field goals is very, very easy in Madden. And the offense goes for it. I did not plan that at all. Like it said it's going to kick a field goal, but instead they ended up going for it. So we convert here as Bob Tonyan gets the next catch, and he gets to the 21. I don't know how Bob Tonyan gets so wide open, but he's been open all season long. He's been definitely the best, I would say, pass catcher, at least guy that gets open. But here's a throw across the middle. That's Tutu Atwell. Touchdown. Tutu Atwell will get into the end zone. Remember, he's taking over for the hurt Laviska Shenault, and he scores today. It's 7-3. The Chiefs might be stunned by that drive. Who knows? They might not be. But here's a throw up the middle, and that is going to be Richie James Jr., who gets across the 50 on the first play. So I don't think they've had a play like less than 18 yards behind the 50, on the other side of the 50. Here's a quick throw. That's a gain of 9, and that is Kadarius Toney there with the grab. So 2nd and inches now. Mahomes changing the play. As you've seen, we've had no pressure on Mahomes at all. Here's a throw to left side. That's going to be caught, and that's MVS with the grab right there. And Mahomes is moving the ball pretty easily. That's a gain of 21. Maybe I see why they kicked the field goal on the last drive. They have no problems getting down here again. We send the pressure on this play. This time Mahomes goes down. It's Jayon Brown who goes unblocked. We blitzed 6. They only had 5 blockers right there, and it's a loss of 8. They bring in the fullback here for a 2nd and 18. Here's a throw across the middle. That's a wide open Rashee Rice for the touchdown. Patrick Mahomes gets sacked for 8 yards for a 2nd and 18, and he still finds the end zone. I don't know how we're going to stop Mahomes today. It's going to be a tough task, but that throw was right on the money. So here we go now. Down by 3. Case Keenum, play action, fake throws across the middle, and he's got Marvin Mims downfield. Marvin Mims is leading all receivers as far as rookies go in receiving yards this season, and it's a 1st down. So here's a handoff. This time Antonio Gibson picks up some space. And great blocking right there. He gets to the 27-yard line. All right, so our offense isn't having issues moving the ball either. Here's a throw to left side. It's a bubble screen, a design RPO, and Tutu Atwell tiptoes the sideline, tackled at the 6. So how about Houston's offense keeping up with the Chiefs so far? And now we're inside the 10. First and goal handoff. This time, great blocking. Antonio Gibson is in. It's a touchdown. And Antonio Gibson keeps scoring touchdowns this year. And he makes it 14-10. So here we go. Mahomes back on offense. Here's a quick throw to the right side. That's Pacheco who picks up the first down on that throw. 8 of 11 for Patrick Mahomes. This is another 3rd and 5 now. Close to the 36-yard line. Quick throw to left side. It's a quick out again. And it's MVS who picks up the first down this time. You know, Mahomes always spreads the ball out. And that's going to be really what makes him great. Like, there's really no need to have a true number one. Another 3rd and 7. A quick throw. It's Kadarius Toney again, and it's a first down. So they have had 3rd down conversions, 1 to Toney, 1 to Pacheco, 1 to MVS, and now they continue this drive across the 50. Here's a quick throw. This time it's Richie James Jr. So every single receiver so far except Kelsey has not converted a first down on this drive. Now it's 3rd and 8. So here they line up in a bunch formation to the right side. This time Mahomes rolls to the right side. There's Kelsey. He touches all of his weapons on the same drive. Touchdown. Wow, this is just impossible to stop here today. And it's 17-14. They just can't stop moving the ball. So here's Antonio Gibson. He's approaching 50 yards halfway to the century mark. We hurried up to the line now for a 3rd and 5. About 2 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the first half. And that's Chris Jones who gets the hit on Case Keenum. That's intercepted. Willie Gay with the interception. And that is the first interception thrown by Case Keenum this year. The pressure by the big man, Chris Jones, gets to Keenum, throws that football off. And that's a big-time interception because now Patrick Mahomes is set up with short field goal or field position to start this drive now at the 32. They come out here with trips to the right side. Mahomes throws across the middle, and this one's picked off. It's Greedy Williams. We haven't had many interceptions from other guys other than Chris Harris Jr. and Bryce Hall, and this time it's Greedy Williams, who we picked up in free agency week 3 of the season, and now we're in business. We get our first turnover of the game. So here is Gibson now. This is a handoff in an inside zone, and he almost gets to the outside. Try to throw a stiff arm at the end. Now we're officially at 2 minutes to go. Here's Gibson breaking a tackle. He gets to the 32. All right, now under 2 minutes to go. We have all 3 timeouts. Both teams do, actually. Set up the screenplay. This is Gibson getting to the outside. He's going to try to get out of bounds, and he does. And now Chris Jones is shaken up, so he's going to come off the field here. We might have a little more time to throw the football as he's out of the game. It's a 3rd and 6. We're close to the 50. Quick throw across the middle. This is Kyle Phillips who can't hold on. Perfect accuracy from Case Keenum, and Phillips can't hold on to that catch. Well, that kind of sucks. Now here we are back on defense. Mahomes with 52 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll see what he can do. This is a play action fake right away. Throw in to the right side. That's going to be caught. It's going to be Kelsey, guarded by Sidney Brown, the rookie. That's a tough task for a rookie right there. Quick throw across the middle. That's Greedy Williams. He read that route like a book. It's knocked away, intended for Richie James. Williams having a good game today. Here's a throw to the right side. Rashee Rice, this time beating Bryce Hall. As now they're at about the 36. 11 seconds to go. Mahomes in the pocket. Has a wide open man downfield. It's Kelsey. 6 seconds to go. They're going to bring in Harrison Butker for the field goal. This one's going to be good from about 53 yards. And that's how this one will go into halftime. We do hold them to 2 field goals, but they score on every single drive they had in the first half. It's 20-14. We just got to keep up with this offense. It's going to be tough. So second half now, Case Keenum has been pretty good besides that one interception so far. We come out here with two tight ends set. Here is going to be a handoff this time to the left side, and that is Antonio Gibson. But Robert Tonyan is down. He has not really been hurt at all this year. He will go to the locker room. So now we get it to a 2nd and 9. We come out here with 4 wide, trips to the right side, kind of a bunch trips. Here's Keenum under pressure. It's Chris Jones on the strip. It's picked up by the Chiefs, and it's a touchdown. The pressure finally gets to Keenum. Remember, Chris Jones forced the interception earlier, and now it's a strip sack. We had no options to throw that football, and Jones just got to Keenum quickly. We had no time to throw it away. And then we get some news. Robert Tonyan, who is our leading receiver so far this season, has broken ribs. He's not going to be able to return. So now, just like that, the tables turn 28-14. Here's a throw up the seam. They're looking for Marvin Mims. He takes a big hit. It's knocked to the ground. And now it's 3rd and 10. Isaiah Likely and Thaddeus Moss have to take over for Robert Tonyan. His pressure, Chris Jones gets there again. Here's a throw across the middle to an open Marvin Mims, and Case Keenum can't make the throw. So now into the third quarter, about a minute into the third. Here's a quick throw. It's Richie James who's wide open, and that is a first down here for the Chiefs. You can't really keep them down for long, as here is Patrick Mahomes now in the pocket. No pressure at all. It's Rashee Rice breaking a tackle, and it's going to be a 1st and goal. This offense just can't be stopped. Our defense is gassed too, because they are just stretching the football field on this drive. We try to get more pressure. Here's a throw to left side. That's going to be a touchdown. Who else can touch the ball? It's Noah Gray who gets into the end zone. And the Chiefs take the 3-score lead after that. Now, just remember, we were only down by 6 going into halftime, and now we're down by 21 with just 2 minutes into the third. So here is Gibson now getting back to that old-fashioned football, running the football. He picks up a few yards, bringing it to a 2nd and 1. Another carry. He finds some space. He gets pushed forward for a gain of 7. And Antonio Gibson is approaching 100 yards. We want to make sure we get him his touches. Here's a quick throw across the middle. That's going to be Marvin Mims who has the first down. Some nice, easy throws for Keenum. Getting the ball out quickly because we want to probably tire out Chris Jones. Going deep early in the drive probably isn't the best approach. Here is a throw deep across the middle. Off his back foot, Keenum throws into traffic, and it's picked off. It's Justin Reed. We thought Justin Reed was going to go with the crosser. He decided to stick over the middle, and it was just an easy interception for him. It's a good read by Justin Reed. So now here we are on defense. Here's a throw to left side, and that one looks like it was dropped. David Long looks like he got a late hit in there, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. 3rd and 8. Here is Mahomes in the pocket. Finally some pressure, moving Mahomes back, and he ends up throwing this one out of bounds. This is the first punt of the game here for the Chiefs, and we're more than halfway through the third quarter. So here is Keenum now back on the drive. Here is Antonio Gibson putting on a move, and he picks up about a gain of 8. He's at 88 yards rushing. As we hurry up to the line here, trying to throw the defense off a little bit, tiring them out. It's a 3rd and 2. Here is a play-action fake. Keenum throws deep down the left side. That's going to be caught. Perfect touch pass to Kyle Phillips, who gets behind the defense. It's a first down. Good throw by Keenum, and Chris Jones was right in his face. So we eventually get it to a 3rd and 4. Here's Keenum again, rolling to the right side, throwing to the back of the end zone, wide open. Isaiah Likely, but he can't drag a foot. And now it's going to be 4th and 4. At the 24, down by 3 scores. We're not going to kick a field goal. We're going for it here. Here is Keenum in the pocket, throwing to a wide open Kyle Phillips, and he cannot hit him. That was an easy gimme first down. Wow. So here we go now into the fourth quarter. Mahomes, as we fast forward here on the other side of the 50, he's inside the 20-yard line. He throws to the left side. It's Richie James Jr. who converts on the first down. So now at the 6, it's a 1st and goal. Mahomes under center, quick throw, touchdown. And it's Kadarius Toney. They will just absolutely crush us on offense. I mean, this team just cannot be stopped here today, and we're even at home. Can you imagine when we go to Arrowhead? Here's a quick throw to start the next drive. It's Antonio Gibson who has it out of the backfield. 2 interceptions for Case Keenum, not the prettiest day. He came into this game throwing 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. As here's a handoff this time. Gibson stays in bounds, and that one will give him a 100-yard game. So I'm happy about that at least. Now, one thing I'm not happy about, though, this game is that Tyree Wilson didn't get any tackles. Like, he was just unheard of in this game. And here's a quick throw. It's the 3rd pick of the day. Keenum turns it over. Zach Thomas shaken up. And it has just not been our best game today. So here's Isaiah Pacheco with the handoff. And now Julian Okwara is shaken up on the play. So we have injuries galore here today. And it's going to be a bruised shoulder for Zach Tom. At least he's going to come back. But here are the Chiefs still moving the football. Inside the 25. It's an RPO right there to Rashee Rice. Patrick Mahomes adds 4 touchdowns. And then Julian Okwara has a broken thumb. So Okwara has a broken thumb. Robert Tonyan has broken ribs. Those are probably going to be long-term injuries. As here's a fumble right here. But the knee was down. They will still retain possession. As now they continue this drive here. 3rd and 4. At the 7, Ken Mahomes punching in for his 5th passing touchdown here. He runs a man in motion from the shotgun. He's in the pocket, throwing to the right side. He's got McKinnon, and he gets stopped short, a little bit short of the 1st down marker, and they will kick the field goal. So we will probably get one more possession here with about 4 minutes to go. Honestly, what I'm looking for here is just some consistency. We've turned the ball over 3 times already today with 3 interceptions by Case. Here's a handoff. Antonio Gibson, who should probably be taken out of this game, to be honest with you, but coach is actually leaving him in. 3rd and inches. Here's a throw out of the backfield. There's Gibson. He has space, puts on a move. He's across the 50. They send the all-out blitz right there at Keenum, and he does find his back. Hurrying up to the line now. Quick throw. Here's Phillips. He should have found him earlier on that 4th down pass. This one's accurate, though. It's a gain of 9. Now on a 2nd and inches, another throw to Kyle Phillips, and he finds him again for the 1st down. So now we're at the 28. Here's a quick throw across the middle. J-Ron McAllister. He runs in from 28 yards out. It's a touchdown. And that will do it here in this game, but at least we get 1 garbage time touchdown, make it look a little prettier. But it was ugly all the way, especially when the second half began. I honestly thought we had a chance there at the end of that first half. We had gone into halftime down by 6. We weren't really stopping the Chiefs, but we were keeping up with them. Like, we were getting them to settle for 3. And if we did that multiple times in the first half, I was thinking that maybe we could do it in the second half, but not with not getting any pressure. That was the one thing, is that we could not get any pressure. And one thing that a defense actually really benefits from is getting pressure without having to send blitzes, because especially if you play a quarterback like Mahomes, if you blitz him too much, he's just going to find the open guy. It's going to be super easy. I like to blitz teams that maybe have average to below average quarterbacks, or at least inexperienced quarterbacks that can't really pick that up. But with Mahomes, you can't really blitz him like that because he's going to tear you apart. Jayon Brown had the only sack today, and that was because we sent a cover 0 blitz and got to Mahomes. And then on the next play, Mahomes finds the end zone on the 2nd and 18. That was just incredible skill from Mahomes. And I guess this game kind of shows you the skill gap between the two teams. Like, obviously, we're in the AFC West, and we're going to have to play this team every single season twice. So if this was a good measurement of where we are in comparison to the Chiefs, this was it. We're this far behind. And you can just see right here, I mean, we can't even stop anybody through the air. They almost had 3 100-yard receivers. They also converted 8 of 11 on 3rd down, and we only converted 3 of 9. And I think a big, difference is that they had a pass rusher, Chris Jones, obviously the best, nose tackle in football, defensive tackle in football, but he changed the game. We have nobody that can rush the passer that can change a game. Tyree Wilson failed to get a tackle in this game. And that was very, very disappointing because I thought coming into this game that we would be able to send some blitzes, at least shade people to his side, shade blockers so he'd have one-on-one matchups, but he didn't do any of that. And I think that that's kind of Tyree Wilson's downfall, is that he's kind of a guy that's very, very reliant on everything breaking his way in order to get to the quarterback. He's had multiple games this year, I highlighted it earlier, with 0 sacks, 0 tackles. That's kind of been his game this year, and it's kind of been a big disappointment, to be honest with you. But we have some work to do, to be honest with you, and getting to, the last final 5 games of the season, it's going to be tough because we have a good record because we've had some upsets this year, but I don't think we're like a true playoff team. I think we're like benefiting from, some of the easy schedule we had through the first 8 games, and then also some like teams just laying an egg. So coming into this next game, we play the Vikings, and we have these scenarios that cause us to like just go down and play recognition and morale for all offense. I mean, this is just insane. I don't know what's going on. Madden just does not like us today, but Mahomes did that to us. Like, we had a job to do. We had a scenario to stop Kelsey. We had a scenario to stop Mahomes. We had a scenario to get Tyree Wilson 2+ tackles for losses or sacks, and we didn't achieve any of it. And then to add insult to injury, literally, Robert Tonyan is out for 5 weeks. I thought about placing him on IR, but he would be back for the last 2 games. So if I can get him, that receiving record, even missing, about 4 games or so, I think that's kind of worth it, because I think Tonyan is going to be a guy that I think could be around until he starts declining, because he has been a security blanket for us and he's been really good. Jayon Brown has a pulled groin. It's going to put him out about 4 weeks. He's going to be the one guy we're going to place on IR, because I think that I'd rather play some young linebackers and get them playing time rather than, wait for Jayon Brown to get back. I don't think he's that big of an impact guy, so I really don't need him for the rest of the season. So coming into this week, we have a bye, and I decided to give everybody a player's retreat, a team bonding retreat, to get +10 morale, because remember the scenario that we just lost? We lost 5 morale, so hoping that, we could, really take advantage. But because of that, we get -5 awareness. So, no matter what we do here, we are just getting killed by Madden, and we'll see what we can do here in this Minnesota Vikings game. So some quick highlights here as we start out the game with a quick throw to the right side. That's going to be Marvin Mims. Mims leads all rookie receivers in yardage this year. As we get inside the 5 here on our first drive. Here's a pitch play to left side. This is Antonio Gibson, who walks in for the touchdown, and he makes it a 7-0 lead. We have a few home games left here, and the Vikings will get to see our home crowd today. But here on the following drive, here is a throw to the corner of the end zone. That's Leonard Fournette, who signed with the Vikings. He gets a catch there. It's 10-7 here in the second quarter. Here's a play-action fake. Throw across the middle. That's Kyle Phillips down the right sideline to the 20, the 10. It's going to be a touchdown. Kyle Phillips has scored a lot of long touchdowns this year. That was just a simple dig route, and Marcus Peters just absolutely gets fooled. And then Kyle Phillips takes it to the house. DTR loves Kyle Phillips. He was a college teammate of his, but how about Case Keenum playing against his former team? It's 14-10. Here's a throw to the right side. That's picked off, and it's David Long Jr. for his first interception of the year. Kirk Cousins showing something here, showing that he can throw the football to the other team. Now 17-10. Here's another interception. This time it's Chris Harris Jr., and this time he turns it into 6. It's a touchdown. Chris Harris Jr. has 3 interceptions this year. He is tied for the lead for the team. So 24-10. We're up by 2 scores into the third quarter. Here's Kirk Cousins. Look at the time. This is what I talk about. It's a throw to the end zone, and TJ Hawkinson's just sitting there. We need pressure. We need something because it's just not working this year. So here's Keenum now. Late in the third quarter, a quick throw across the middle. That's the last play of the game we had versus the Chiefs, and it works here for a gain of about 28. We're at the 22 now. It's a 3rd and 15. Here's a throw across the middle, and that is going to be caught. And that is Thaddeus Moss, who's filling in for the injured Bob Tonyan as well. So now here is Kirk in the fourth quarter, down by 10. Here's a throw to a wide-open Justin Jefferson. He was guarded by somehow Jalen Smith on that play, and it ends up being a big-time gain. Now at the 3, under center, quick throw. It's a caught for a touchdown, and now the Vikings are within 3. That's the rookie Jordan Addison. And now here we are trying to milk this clock. It's a 2nd and 10. Here's a throw to the left side, and that is going to be intercepted by Lewis Seen. He was looking for Mercury Macklin. Case Keenum can make this throw. This was kind of an easier throw, maybe across the field, but Mercury Macklin had more than a step. And the Vikings end up tying this ball game, and we end up going to overtime. So here in overtime, here's Keenum throwing to the right side. He's looking down the field when he had a short guy open, a crossing route open. It was Antonio Gibson, and we turn the football over. So the next score wins here in this game. Here is Cousins throwing to the right side. It's intercepted. It's Eric Curley, the undrafted rookie, who comes up with the interception. Kirk Cousins looks like he was going to Justin Jefferson the entire way, and Curley was there for the interception. So I said the next score wins, so we need a big play to get into field goal range. Here's Keenum rolling. He's got a man wide open. It's Thaddeus Moss filling in for the injured Bob Tonyan. He falls down, and we will get here to a game-winning field goal from 38 yards out. Podlesny knocks it through. We end up in an overtime thriller. I believe this is our second overtime game this year, and we end up winning both of them. Keenum with pretty much a bad game. He threw 3 interceptions in this game, 1 touchdown. Kirk Cousins also threw 3 interceptions as well, so it wasn't pretty for him, but we ended up winning this game somehow versus the Vikings team, who came into that game with a 9-3 record. So that was a very good Vikings team we just beat. So here we are. I mean, we're a 5-loss team, and to be honest, I don't know what to make of this team. We can be anywhere from 12-5 to 8-9 at the end of this season. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this season ends. But one thing I do want to do is get Antonio Gibson that rushing title. We're going to see a lot of running formations. We're going to see a lot of handoffs to him. And with DTR returning, I think it's going to help him to get that rushing title. In the AFC, he is second for Offensive Player of the Year, and I said that he does lead in all-purpose yards this year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Marvin Mims is actually 4th right now, and then defensively, Tyree Wilson is 4th as well. I don't see Tyree Wilson really having a chance unless he has like a 3-sack game or something, because like I said, he's just been very, very inconsistent. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to get Antonio Gibson that rushing title, and I'm also going to be looking to get Marvin Mims that, Rookie of the Year, because remember, you get a dev trait upgrade if you win awards. So we definitely want both of those players to get those awards. DTR was in the running for Rookie of the Year, but because he got hurt, he is probably way behind now. But he does return next episode from his 4-game absence, and he will get to face the Chargers, Chiefs, Colts, and Broncos. It's going to be a tough road in his return. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We are 8-5. I'm actually very, very interested to see how this team will finish the season. It should be good. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. I appreciate the support in this series. I'm having a lot of fun. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on.